Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning. Brand new week. Good to see y'all in the chat. Welcome back. PNL popped up. Took a while. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. See everything. Make sure that the stream is running right. What's up, Mark? Good morning, Quacy. How's your morning going so far? It's going pretty good. It's going really good. And the family is doing okay. And I'm going to tell them that you said hello. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Just checking the stream. Just make sure everything's running well. Make sure everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Are y'all ready for that word? Who's ready for that word? Y'all ready for that scripture today? The word of God. Are y'all ready? And if you're not ready, you better get ready because I'm about to give y'all the word. Make sure everything's looking good on here. All right, got the charts up. Okay. Make sure that's all right. Bet. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Hold on, let's set this right. There we go. All right, let's get it. We have Romans chapter 12, verse 6. Romans chapter 12, verse 6. In his grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. Glory be to God. So if you have any gifts that are given to you from God, that you feel in your heart that God has given you, that is righteous, that is holy, that's good for spreading the gospel, saving lives, saving souls, do it by the grace of God and for God only, and you will be blessed. He's giving you these beautiful gifts. Use them for his kingdom, for his glory. And yeah. All right. Also, we have Matthew 24, verse 35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but God's words will never pass away. No matter if heaven pass away, family pass away, materials pass away, the earth pass away, God's words always stand forevermore. They will never fade. His words, his truth, the Holy Scripture is going to always stay there for eternity. They will never leave. Right? This is law. These words are true. The words are holy, and they will never pass away. Like things of this world, the heavens, materials, family, those things will pass away, but his words will remain forevermore. Glory be to God. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what we got. Oh, see what we got. Set this previous day low and previous day high. We don't really have much news today, so I'm cool with that. Previous day low, previous day high. This is gold. Oh. Huh. Yes, sir. Market opens up in 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes, markets opens up. Let me see. Let me look at the other markets real quick. See what they're looking like. See what these other markets looking like. See. Okay. All right. Shoot. Okay. All right, let's look at crude oil, also natural gas too. Look at natural gas. Okay, might be something here. Okay, we're gonna see. Going back to, let's try M2K. M2K. Okay, M2K. Let's look at copper. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back to gold. Something like this move. Well, let's see. Okay. And Q. All right, so market opens up in a few. Market opens up in a few. Allergies a little crazy. Oh, moving a little fast. So I'm just trying to see something. Trying to see something with my camera. Give me 1 sec. Much better. All right, much better. Yeah. Here's having a nice little pump. Fair value gap on the 4 hour. Tab of 2 hit the lows. Like that. 4 hour on NQ. Bounce right here. Took the lows out, which would be nice. Is my bias bullish? My bias is definitely bullish on NQ. Why? Is because we got a break. And we've took off some lows. Bounced at this 4 hour fair value gap. Would have been nice to take it this morning. See the move? Like it literally just printed perfectly this morning. See? So perfect. But see if we can get a continuation or a pullback, but I'm bullish. Do you execute on a 1 minute? Yes, I do. I usually look at the higher time frame to kind of see where the market may go for the day. If we're gonna either short, consolidate, or long. I jump down to a 4 hour to get to look at more market development to see if we took out any lows, bouncing any fair value gaps. We have some more liquidity down here, maybe some bouncing right here, but I think for the most part, we're going to continue long. Unless we pull back and then we continue. So yeah, I jumped down to a 15 minute to kind of see any more consolidation, any trap setups or anything like that. And then I might jump down to 1 minute for an entry, more of a more precise entry. So yeah, I use everything. I'm like throughout this whole do the stream and stuff, through my trading, I usually be bouncing through like 5, 3, 4. Like I'm always bouncing through all of the time frames. And you know my time frames are right here with the ticker right here. I got gold right here. where my cursor's at. See MNQ with the time frame 3, 5. You know, you can see it next to it, so y'all can see it. Okay, we got gold next to us. It'd be nice to see gold come and take out these highs. Yeah. Let's see what else we have on a daily. Yeah, it would be perfect. Thanks, you're great. I'm gonna watch your live as I trade. Cool. All right, so market opens up in 1 minute. Well, market is already open, but we get that volume spike in 1 minute, y'all. So bear with me. Right now, I'm still back testing and charting to see what the market possibly can probably retrace back to. Do we have any zones that I can possibly get into? Do we have anything bounced off this block? Continuation. Hit this already gap. We got one right here. If we ever get a pullback, hit this pull. No, yeah, oh, that's nice. 15-minute fair you got right here. 15-minute also right here. 15 minutes. All right, so I'm in one right now, y'all. I'm in one right now. Just one micro, nothing too crazy. See how many ticks this is. $60. That's all right. So I might have a continuation to the longs if we do continue to have a push. We are in no man's land. This is the thing about trading. This is what happens when you trade when there's like literally no history back here. Like when you have nothing else on the histogram and there's nothing else to bounce off of, no order blocks, no breaker blocks, nothing. You're pretty much, this is like, I won't say gambling, but you're just taking a chance at just volatility. Now this market can continue to pump, and I might just go based off MES too as well. But for the most part, this market looks like it wants to continue. So if anything, if it does pull back, which we did already, stand above this block, that's why I'm seeing a continuation. I might add it to this. We got a fair value you got right here, also with a wick. We're gonna see if it's gonna continue or it's gonna just. I like this bar. I like how strong this green candle is. MES still going. Put these highs up. I'm in one micro right now, nothing too heavy. Pull back, that was a strong pullback. All right, pull back with we got a fair value gap right here, also on ES. That's a daily fair value gap. Get rid of this. 4 hour. All right, let's look at NQ. It's pushing. Strong buyers still in control. Buyers are still in control. Now the reason why I got long, just one micro, is because I like how we swept the lows, respected, and we just had a continuation off this block. Also on the 5 minute, I like how we stayed above on this 5 minute, took ourselves some lows, and looked like we can have a continuation on this block. 15 minute also as well. I just like how we were respecting these highs, you know. Each high we were just respecting, so it made sense to me to catch along. I did get in kind of heavy. Like I did get in kind of late as soon as the market opened, but I don't condone I don't condone market open trading unless you know how to trade market open because of volatility. So just testing the market, gauging the market, trying to see where it's going. You know, get myself. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying one micro to kind of get you some skin in the game to make yourself, you know, take off the anxiety or the fear of missing out. So ain't nothing wrong with it. You know. So that's why I really got in, just to kind of get myself. It's a brand new week. Brand new week. Haven't traded in like 3 days almost, you know. We got a fair value pullback, have a fair value gap. See if we're going to either have a pullback all the way down or we're going to respect this fair value gap and continue. Halfway point, this opening range break. See how we play out. See how we pan out. Fair value gap bounce also right here on the 2 minute. That was quick. Quick push. See if we get a nice pullback. We got ES right here. Also, ES. Use it as confluence. Look how ES looks. Wow, we're just pushing. How many ticks was this? Ticks off of this right here. That's 53, 52 ticks. Not a lot of ticks. Not a lot of moves to me. To me, this is the actual look of it. See on ES. Look at a 1 hour on ES. 15 minute on ES. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're gonna see. Your mic went mute. What? My mic went mute? Hello, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm in the chat. Can the chat hear me? Let me know. Alright, so look, like I said, guys, we in no man's land. We at all-time highs. You're taking a trade. You know, I'm taking a trade because it is Monday. We don't really have. It's Monday. We don't have no news. You might have a whole huge spike in volatility just because it's a new week. You might have a lot of consolidation today also as well because of no news. But I took a trade just because I seen respect and I just wanted to kind of get the anxiety out, just to, you know, get myself familiar again. Because, you know, once the weekend start and ends, you kind of like go a day or 2 or 3 just from trading. So you kind of had that feeling of like, ooh, like I haven't been trading for a while. So what's, you know, hopefully no fear of missing out kicks in, anxiety kicks in, stress kicks in, whatever. So, you know, nothing wrong with taking one micro just to kind of get that feeling back again. I mean, for myself, I feel it. So when I'm usually like going days without trading, I get that feeling of anxiety sometimes, but nothing too crazy. All right, so here we go. We still in this range. We did pump a little higher, but we still in this range. Nothing too crazy. Like I said before, we still we don't have any news. Market just opened up. We've been open for 6 minutes. Volume really start kicking in for only 6 minutes, so I'm gonna still sit on hands, and I'm gonna add more and scale in if I get more respect within this range. If we're respecting this fair value gap, also respecting this block, right? Respecting this area, then yeah. But if we start pulling back to this previous day high, then I might just get out. But we're gonna see. 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 Let me see. Do we really have any news? No. Nothing crazy. President Lagarde, which is from France, she speaks. FPI, and I know what that is. Governor Hunter speaks. This is all in the evening, so nothing in the AM. So we good. We good, guys. We good. Market still pumping, having a nice little push. We just pushed off this 2 minute like it was nothing. 2 minute push. That was a nice sweep with this high. Took out this low. I could have added more right here too. But I was hoping that we came back down to this fair value gap and tapped this right here. This little hanging fruit right here. I was hoping we came down to this and maybe bounce, and then I would have added more for the sweep of the highs. Something like that, you know, for 100 ticks. But whatever, we're gonna see. Market still a little choppy on the 1. Have a block right here on the 2. Right? 3. Still got a little fair value gap down here. See if this market will have a pullback down here and continuation. And if not, if we start breaking down more, I'm gonna go for the shorts. Oh, we also got a 3 minute right here, 3 minute right here. What else do we have? Ooh, 5 minute right there. What else? What else? 15 minute right here. 15 minute. All right, so we pushing. Looks like we're holding this open range break. 15 minutes. Let me see. 15 minutes. Put it to the highs. 5 minute. Still pushing. There's 33 ticks. 20 seconds left on the 5. 4 hour, we got 20 minutes on the 4 hour. ES is still pushing. ES is looking good. All-time highs on all markets. If I had advice, I would say if I tell you not to trade, I wouldn't trade this. Just because we're still in no man's land. Excuse me. 5 minutes just printed, but we also had the break of structure on the 5 minutes, so we might still see a continuation. All right, still see a continuation. Took that hot low out. Okay, respect. Might have a continuation right here. 4 hour prints in for 19 minutes. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. Market is still pushing. I'm waiting for this opening range break to close. We got 4 minutes left until the opening range finishes. I want to add more, but just not yet. Just in case we do have a huge drop, just out of nowhere. I'm gonna look at gold. See what gold doing. Gold is having a nice little pump. Man, I should have took that long. I think we're gonna take out those highs on gold. I think on gold we're gonna go for them highs. Let me look at a 4 hour, 1 hour. Nice push on gold. I should have took that trade when I saw it. Let's see, do we have anything that might say that's screaming out to me? Don't take this trade. Let's see. I'm so extended on gold. I'm afraid to even take a trade. Got a 5 minute right here. 5 minute fair value gap right here. See if we can hold that 5 minute fair value gap. If not, then we're gonna trace. I'm gonna put this over like this. Extend to the right. Drop this to the left. I mean to the right. Green candle right here is still strong. So if we get a pullback, I might get into a long on this previous day high on gold. If we get a pullback. See if we got any blocks that might respect. Got these highs right here. High right here. What else we got? What else we got? High right there. What else? What else? What else? What else? All right, so we hitting this 5 minute fair value gap on gold. I like this. I like this green candle right here. Really strong candle for not correction, for continuation. Let's see. Here comes the retracement down on gold. Pull back. Green. All right, let's see. See if we get this pullback on gold. Look at MES, MES, nice pullback on MES. Okay. Okay. Still looking good. Still looking good. Hold up. Wait a minute. Still looking good. You know what? I'm gonna do a 3 market. I'm gonna do a 3 market so I can really see them. We got MNQ. Let me hold up. Let me see something. MNQ. So y'all can see it better. MNQ. I got gold. I'm gonna have MES right here. Excuse me. Allergies, guys. MES is right here. I'm gonna keep it on the 15-minute. Keep gold on the 5 minutes. So we got gold, MES, and NQ right here. So I can watch them. Let's see. 5-minute prints in 30 seconds. Still gonna hold. I want to see if we can respect this halfway opening range break. If we can hold this opening range break halfway and respect it, maybe sweep some lows and then bounce back up, I would take a continuation. Reason why is because I like how we swept the lows on here, but then we got this right here. I like how we swept these lows, hit this fair value gap. Look at the 15-minute, perfect bounce. We stayed above that 4-hour fair value gap. Right, we stayed above that, swept some lows and stayed above this 4-hour fair value gap without putting no wicks, no candles down here. I like how we swept the highs, but at the same time, we in no man's land. So this could be either a huge drop or a huge continuation today, or consolidation. I mean, we're gonna see. I like on a daily that we had to break a structure. That's why I'm thinking the daily is a continuation, because look at the break of structure. Ooh, we also got an imbalance right here. Also right here we got an imbalance. So this is a red flag. That's a big deal to me. Let me take this opacity down real quick. Red flag. We got the break of structure right here. So we might see a continuation. Drop down. 4-hour prints in 14 minutes. 4-hour prints in 14 minutes. Still got we don't have no wick on this bar right here. See if we can get a pull down. Alright. Gold is still pushing. ES is still holding this range. No break of structure. Alright. Check out the lows. Can we have a pullback? I just want to see us get a wick. I want to see a wick on these candles. See, I want to see a wick. Like a wick on a 15. Maybe yeah, we got a wick on that one. Excuse me. Yeah. So we just gotta be patient. What's up, young Ferg? Not much. We just waiting. We got NQ up. We have gold up. We have MES up. If you have any other markets that you want me to look at, I mean, I have a bunch of markets that I do look at. I'm gonna show you right here. These are most of the markets I look at. We have gold, S&P, S&P, Nasdaq, Dow, silver, Russell, crude oil, platinum, natural gas. We trade most of these markets right here. You know, British pound. You know, even micro Bitcoin, copper, natural gas, peso, Mexican peso. We trade most of these markets, but the ones I got up right now is MNQ, gold, and MES. Those are the markets I have up right now. See if we're gonna get a pullback. See if we're gonna get a pullback. Hopefully somewhere around this midway. I want to see us pull back around the mid range. If not, then we're gonna have a continuation. But it is Monday. You know, you want to take it easy. You know, if you got funded accounts, take it easy. If you have combines that's close to passing, take it easy. Please take it easy. Take it easy. Because look, we in no man's land, which means that we have no history back here. Like, we have nothing to bounce off of, to back test off, to retest off. Nothing back here. That's one. Two, we barely even have any news, so the volume might just be so small, so low today that we just see consolidation. And three, you don't want to get chopped up and blow your accounts, because that's why I'm saying be careful with your accounts. If you close to passing, size small. If you in funded, take your time, you know, because you got many more. You got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. We have nothing. It's Monday. It's a brand new week, so you might see just quick moves and then consolidation. I mean, one micro just because I see that the setup was nice and I just took one micro. But for the most part, I'm gonna size up if we do get a respect down here. If we sweep the low, respect this fair value gap, and hold this opening range break midway, if we hold this range, I'm going long. If we break this, I'm going short. Excuse me. That's the move. All right, we're getting a pullback on gold. pullback on gold on a 5 minute. Wow, that's a nice short. I should have took that off that 5 minute fair value gap right here. Look how we respected that 5 minute fair value gap. Even down to a 15-second chart. 15-second we look good. 30-second we look good. 1 minute we look good. 2 minute we look good. This thing is pulling back. I should have took that short, but oh well. It's too busy yapping. All right, so we're hitting this high. Let's see if we can pull back down to this previous day high and get a nice move. 11 more minutes until the 4-hour prints. 11 more minutes until the 4-hour prints. See what happens there. Go back to a 5 minute on that. Right. Oh, we got a nice pullback. Nice pull. Funny thing is, we didn't even go into this fair value gap and hit this block. Right here, see? That's what I was hoping for, to see what happens right here. Not to take off right here. 2 minute. Still trying to see 2 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. Not a big fan of that move. 10 minutes left. Still got a wick on here. I like to see us fill up. Still good though. Hey yo, alright, so here we go. I might take out of this. I might get out of this trade if we print right back below. Okay, the 1 minute. The 1 minute printed above the high of the opening range break. Well, I'm thinking we might have a reversal. Gold reversing. Can NQ hold this level or reverse? We're gonna see. Or are we gonna continue to pump? 9 minutes left until the whole time frame prints. Oh, here we go. Are we holding the top of this range? Really? I'm great at explaining. I would say I'm yapping. Still pushing. Whoa, top step. Gotta load that, bro. So we still holding. We came back down to the opening range, right? I just wanted, I didn't like this for the long. The reason why, like you might say, okay, we did tap the mid range or the opening range, right? We did tap it. We did come back down halfway, respected it. But the thing is, I just didn't like this with no wick. I don't like taking I don't like taking trades when I don't see a wick. At least I want to see at least a resistance, some form of resistance. So I'm not a fan of this. Like I like this, like we start the low and then we can have a continuation, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of no wicks. I'm bouncing right at this see? Bouncing at this halfway point right here. I mean off this block right here. You're like, what block is that? Just that high. See this high right here? We bouncing off this high. Question is, can we hold this high and break this 5 minute and have a continuation to that high right here? I'm gonna call this the high right here on gold. See, high on gold. Can y'all even see that? No, y'all can't see that. Hold on. Put it to the right. I'm gonna put it to the left. I'm gonna put it to the center. What in the world? Y'all can't even see that. Give me a second. This right here. This high. Will we have the continuation in the next 7 minutes, or will we have a pullback and then a continuation to the highs? We're gonna see today. And remember, we don't have to push. The market can still, wow. NQ is just pushing. NQ still pushing though. We still waiting though. I'm still in the trade. It still looks good, but to add more, I didn't see confirmation for me to add more. That's all I'm saying. And when I seen this move, I didn't see confirmation saying, yeah, add more. It would have been nice if I would have saw us swept these lows right here. If we would have swept these lows right here. Let's say if I would have came down. Let's say we would have came down, bounced at this fair value gap, and then continued. Maybe held this inbound. Held this halfway point and then continued. Then yeah, I don't want to see nothing like this. Especially when we don't have no wick on this candle or on a 15 minute. That to me is alarming. So I'm just, to me that looks like, what, like you might say, what does that mean to you? To me that looks like we might have a pump and then a dump. So I might have to look for the next train to get off. That's all I'm saying. Look how it faked out on gold. Also, we had a fake out on gold. We respected this 5-minute fair value gap. Perfect respect on the 5-minute fair value gap. We tried to pump back up to it like 3 times, and we just kept rejecting. Once, twice, then 3 times. That would have been a nice short to take. We might see a pullback down to this previous day high, and then a continuation to the longs. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what this market wants to do. We got 6 minutes left until all time frames print. Will you exit during a pullback? Now, would I exit if I see a pullback? Here's the thing. I don't know when there's gonna be a pullback because we don't have no, like, there's literally nothing in space that's telling me it's about to hit this breaker. It's about to hit this order block. It's going to hit this fair value gap. I don't see nothing on NQ. So if anything, if I see a huge rejection, like if I see a strong rejection, I'm getting out. Just for the simple fact that I don't have nothing to back test off to say, yeah, this is going to hit this, get out. This thing can continue to pump. You know, here's the one thing I know about. The one thing I've noticed in the past, when it came to when we hit all-time highs and we just kept going, it doesn't have to get you in nothing. It can just keep pumping and don't have to take out no fair value gaps. Like, it can create this gap right here. This could be a whole gap. And it'll just keep pumping without you even getting in. It'll just keep going and keep going and keep going. So we'll see. I'm gonna hold and allow my so what I do is, for the most part, since I don't have nothing to back test on, I'm gonna just let this, even if it breaks even, I'm gonna just let this trailing stop just keep going. Now it's at a risk-free trade. Since we have this trailing stop, I mean, I could have put this at break even like this, but I'm gonna use the trailing stop to kind of allow it to keep pushing to the next low, and then if it forms a next low, I'm gonna keep it at the next low, so on and so on. So whenever the next low get formed, I'm gonna put my stop there, and if it keeps going, then I'm gonna let my trailing stop keep going with it. So yeah, that's gonna be the move. Other than that, it looks good. You know, everything's looking good. NQ is just doing whatever it wants. Gold is still holding this high. ES, I don't know. ES to me, I don't know. We still got a couple more minutes into the 4-hour prints, right? 4-hour prints in 5 minutes. See right here? Time frame is right here. 4 minutes left. We have 4 minutes left on the 4-hour. It might be a continuation on that. You might see a pullback to this opening range break high. You know, remember, opening range is the first 15 minutes of the market being open. And what I would do is I would set the high of the opening range at 8:30 and the high at 8:45. So at 8:40, wait, is that 8:45? 8:45 is right here. So 8:45. So 8:45. This is the high. Oh, we did respect the midway point. I mischarted the opening range break. So the opening range break was right here. We had a respect on the 15-minute. Look at this. Look how perfect that the 5-minute red candle stayed above this halfway point, right? We stayed above this halfway point perfectly. That was beautiful. See? So we did have a continuation the right way. Also respecting this this block right here. It was gorgeous. That was a gorgeous trade. I missed it. I missed my my scaling right here. That was perfect. Actually, that was really perfect. Bring this back pink because it's softer on the eyes. So yeah, continuation. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, that was easy. That was a nice trade. I don't know how I missed that. Well, I pretty much there we go. We just pumping. All right, so 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left until the whole time frame prints, and this market is just not. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. Gold is pulling back. See if we can respect this previous day high and have a continuation. We're gonna see, but we also tapping into these highs, so that's alarming. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens on gold. Look at the daily on gold. 4-hour on gold. I would like to see us hold that range. Swept the lows, respect, had a continuation to these highs. 15 minutes. Keep this on the 1 hour. ES is still holding this range. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I go live Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday at I mean I say 8:30 Central Time, but it's mainly 8 o'clock. I'm usually on by 8 o'clock. But I say 8:30 because just in case to give me some time if I'm pushing it too late. Man, this is a nice move on NQ. Gold, I'm a little worried about gold. Okay, here you go. MES is now having that follow through. See, let's go back to NQ. We have how many seconds left? Here we go, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 15-minute. Strong candle. Strong candle. This is a strong follow through. Like you don't see not one wick. Imagine oh shoot. Imagine a candle where you don't see a wick on both sides. There's literally no wick down here, and you might see not one wick down here. This is gonna be crazy. This is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this. You don't see not one wick besides this little small little wick up here. But other than that, here we go. Wow. Wow. All right, so the next low was right here. So I got my trailing stop at this bottom of this low. So we're doing good. That was just one micro. Am I gonna add more? I don't know. I would add more, but I missed my ad down here. Oh, hold up, wait a minute. Where's it at? My open range break. There it is. I would add more. But I missed it. Now since we so extended, the thing is I don't want to add more in my position. Like okay, I'm gonna do it now just for the heck of it. So let's say I wanted to add more right here, right? Let's say if I got rid of my trailing, and let's say I got in right here, right? Boom, got in right here. I'm letting the market just run up. Got my stop at the lows, whatever. Right? Got my stop at the lows, and I'm just letting it run. Let's say I would have added more right here. The thing is, I don't want to add when the market is overextended. Is because my position gonna move. So let's say if I added more one right here. Look how high. Look how high this market went up. Look how high my entry moved up off of just one moved up. You want to catch more. You want to scale in more when you're at a low, right? So let's say, for example, you want to scale in more when you're at this point right here, or that the market would have added right here, you know. But when I added one, it moved me from here all the way up here. That's why I didn't want to add more. So that's just an example of what happens when you add when the market is so extended high or so extended low. You want to get in at the lows or you want to get in at the highs. For example, you want to get in right here. This would have been a good spot to get in right here. Why? Is because we respected this block. We held this halfway point on this opening range break. That's perfect. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. My bad. I always mute. Anyways, let's get back to it. 15 minute, 5 minute. I might scout this. To the shorts. Let's take a 5 minute. Let's see. I might scout this. I mean, you don't have to take the trade. I don't know. Do y'all trade? Top Step? Do y'all trade Apex live accounts? Like, what do y'all trade? Live accounts, Apex, Top Step. Are y'all bots? Are y'all bots? All right, we got a nice pullback again. Let's see what happens right here. Hitting this block. All right, we got some fair value gaps right here on the 15 minute. We have like 4 15-minute fair value gaps. You got one right here. We just bounced off one right here. You also got a fair value gap block right here. You got a lot of stuff that's sitting right here, y'all. So gold might be off the table for me to trade because it's too much. It's too much. Right, 15 minute right here. You got a block right here. You got so much sitting right here in this range. These imbalances in these ranges. If it's the first steps trading, I don't want to give you any financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, just to let you know. I mean, y'all already seen it. As soon as I'll start, right? I am not a financial advisor. I'm just letting y'all know. Just gonna show y'all look, see? This is your disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. So if you take my advice, it's at your own free will. Also, guys, just a government required disclaimer. Just letting y'all know. All right, just to let you know, okay, just gotta throw that out there. So do you think NQ is going to continue to bull? Do I think NQ is going to continue? Let me see. Do I think NQ is going to continue? Let's look at what the reasons may be. So I started a higher time frame, right? Look at a higher time frame. What did we see? We had a sweep of the lows right here. We swept the lows and we had a continuation and swept these highs. Right? We swept these highs and made all-time highs. One thing we know about from here, we swept the lows, we had a reversal to sweep these highs. That's one thing we know about that. But also right here, what else do we have? We had a break of structure on a weekly, right? Had a nice break of structure on a weekly. We broke the highs with this candle. Also on a daily. So anytime I see a break of structure on a weekly, a daily, a 4 hour, 1 hour, I'm thinking continuation. Maybe a pullback of some sort and then a continuation. That's what I think. Now, if we would have had a rejection right here where the wick was just a wick, if it was just a wicked tap, then I would have seen a reversal. That's why I have one confirmation for the longs. On a 4 hour, break of structure, 2 confirmations for the longs. What happened right here? We had an AMD. We had accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, right? ICT. Accumulation, manipulation, so at the lows at this 4 hour fair value gap, bounce, and then distribution. That's why I have another confirmation for the longs. Also, see, we swept the lows right here, and we didn't. What else would happen? We didn't break these lows. So when we printed down to sweep the lows and bounce at this 4 hour fair value gap, we didn't break this low. The candle stayed above this low. That's a strong indication of the longs. Now we had this huge longs. Now don't get me wrong, we are extended because this long is like what? That's like 640 ticks. That's a lot. And it's at the tippy top. You're like, okay, what do I do here? Do I short here? Do I continue to long here? My opinion, I would say wait till we hit another block. I think we can continue long, but for the most part, we might have a pullback to a breaker, a block, some type of fair value gap, and I will wait for that to get mitigated and for it to give us more information, and then I will continue to take my long. Would I want to take a long up here? No, me personally, no, because when you usually have a long when you usually have a when you usually have a an extended move like this, look at this. Y'all see that? That's an extended move. See? This is like, okay, it's like, okay, I'm here. We had this long, this huge long, right? This huge green move. What usually happens when you have a move, a long move like this? You have consolidation. So you will see a basing out like this. See, like right here, I'm gonna show you. What happens when you usually have a nice move? So let's say you have a nice move right here. What happens? Basing, basing, nice move, basing, right? Nice move. So you usually have basing. So you might see consolidation. So that's why I'm saying be. Well, what happened to my give me a sec. Oh, there we go. So that's why I say be careful where you get in at, because you might have a continuation, or you might have reversal or consolidation. So when you don't have no setup right here, like tell me right now, do you see any setup? The only setup I see maybe is a pullback. Now I would say I see a pullback is because one, we swept this high, and now it's time for us to sweep this low. Right here, right? We swept this high, we respected this 50%, and also we came back up into this block and reprinted below this, and now we're having a retracement back down, possibly to these lows, to sweep these lows. That's one of the reasons why I might say we might have a quick short, right? We also got an imbalance right here that we just felt, so we'll see. You might see a lot of consolidation right here, but for the most part, I think the market is going to pull back down and sweep these lows. Might even hit this fair value you got right here too, for continuation back up to the longs. So let's try our short. I'm gonna try a short out right here. Try a short out right here. Keep my stop at the highs for a loss of 37. I'm gonna actually print out a trailing stop. Trailing stop. Got a short play going on. I want to see us sweep these lows. You can go heavy. You can go light. I'm thinking that we're sweeping these lows right here, just because we rejected off these highs right here. See? Now, if we come back up, I said, hey, I'm willing to risk I'm willing to risk $35. I'm willing to risk it. The $35 is no longer mine. And if you go heavy here, you risk how much. Like I said, the name of the game is not how much you're getting. It's how much you're willing to, how much the market is going to cost you. If the market costs you $500 and you're willing to say, I will give up $500, that's how much you want to risk. The name of the game is how much it costs, not how much you're getting, right? I'd be happy if I was up 14. If somebody gave you $14 right now, you'll be happy, you know. So, like let's say if I put my stop down here, right? I put my stop, and right here, it's $36. $36 is my stop. If I added one more, it would have moved my entry, but I'll be willing to risk how many contracts I'm willing to add. So we about to sweep this low, and might have a continuation to this short too. But we just swept that low. We have another fair value gap right here. But even though we have a fair value gap, I want to see us hit a fair value gap and hit a block. I don't know if it makes sense to you. So if anything I'm saying makes sense to you, we start the low and we try to push. We're just taking out the next high and taking out the next low. Gold is still in this range. Look at the 5 minute. I like this bounce. It's looking good. So I'm gonna still sit on hands because we got 30 seconds left on the 15 minute. See, 30 seconds left on the 15. So gold might print and shoot down. And we might have a consolidation. That was a nice little short. But yeah, for the most part, the market to me still looks long because the higher time frame is still long, right? So when you look at a weekly, this market looks what? One thing you don't want to do is fight the trend. You don't want to fight the trend. If the trend is long, why go short? So like for example, if this thing is saying, hey, I'm going long, bink, 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 like that, right? If I'm going long, why fight the trend? Why fight the trend and try to go the opposite way? Right? Why fight it and go the opposite way if the market is still going long? When it's clearly respecting these highs, see? When it's clearly respecting these blocks. See that? You see how the market is respecting the blocks? So why fight the trend? You want to get in when the market comes down. When the market comes down like this, and respect these highs and create them as support, right? You see that? Also right here, you see that? Then you get in long. Why fight the trend? Unless you know that we're getting a break of structure, and let's say if the market did break right here, and you got a break of structure right here, literally get ready to settle for a short. But if the market is respecting these highs, like this candle could even break past this high, keep following the trend. See, it couldn't break past these highs, break back past this block. Look at this block. It even printed within this block. Look at that. See? It stayed within this block even on the daily. See that? It's staying within it. It's not even breaking it. So keep respecting it. You sweep the lows, look for the reversal. And then you say, well, why you took a short? You might say, why did I take a short? Why would I take a quick short? I knew the market was looking for a quick correction. So I looked down at the 5 minute. Usually if I want to take a scalp, I will go down to the smallest time frame. And I seen that it respected on the 15 minute, the 4 hour, the 30 minute. It swept these highs right here. See this little line? It swept the highs. And what happened? It swept, respected this 50% of this wick, rejected, and it was looking for the next what? The next low. So it swept this high of this candle, and it swept this low of this wick, and it bounced back up. So if I was to get into a trade, knowing that it swept this high, came back up, and it respected this high, and it did not break, and it came back down, I'm looking for the next low. So it just there's so many ways, there's so many styles you can go with. Either you're sweeping highs and rejecting and going for the next low, or you're just following a continuation. So for example, that's like, man, there's so many plays I'm seeing. So like for example, right here, this is a play I saw. Look at the higher time frame. I'm on a 1 hour, right? I'm on a 1 hour. This is a higher time frame. Let's say, look, okay, so what do you see? What's the bias of the day? Let's say right here. Let's say it's 3 a.m. in the morning. It says 3 a.m. right here. This is 4 o'clock and this is 5 o'clock. This market swept this low, bounced at this 4 hour fair value gap. But the thing is, these candles didn't break these lows. You see? The candles didn't break these lows. Look at that. Only the wicks swept the lows. But what happened? It bounced perfectly at this 4 hour on the 15 minute. Because remember, the 15 minute is correlation with the 4 hour. The 1 hour is correlation with the 5 minute. And when you look at the 15 minute, so on the 4 hour, look at this. Swept the lows, 4 hour fair value gap, go to a 15 minute. What happened? We respected the 4 hours so perfectly that these candles couldn't even break in the fair value gap. It stayed above the fair value gap so good that it just wanted to go back above and go in reverse. This would have been your long. So what happened was, you're like, okay, this market wants to go for the next high. So now that you get this confirmation that this market wants to go in reverse, respecting this fair value gap, the candles didn't break. It swept the lows. With the candles not breaking the lows, but it swept the lows. It bounced at the fair value gap, respected the fair value gap, didn't break with no candles. You're looking for a reversal to what? These highs. So the market has no choice but to go back to these highs, right? So now you look back right here. So now, okay, now you're like, okay, now what's going on next? Now that I missed my opportunity to we took out these lows. Now I missed my opportunity to take out these highs. Now here we are. What's happening next? So, okay, we in no man's land. This is a see money, take money type of day to me. So it's like, okay, if I'm seeing a trade, I want to take it, get in and get out, because I don't have nothing to tell me that we might be bouncing right here, breaking right here, rejecting right here, respecting right here, correcting right here. I don't see nothing. So all I can do is work with what I got right here. We respected this previous day high. I see a block. Okay. I see this high. We see this red candle. It respected. It swept the lows. See? This block stayed above this candle. We swept these lows right here of this candle. And what happened? We had a continuation. See? Respected this block. Look at that. It respected this block once. It respected this block once, twice, swept the lows, and then went in reverse and went long. That's why I got in long this morning. All I'm doing is getting more confirmation. I'm not looking for the best setup. I'm just looking for more confirmation to say, I got confirmation 1, it respected this low. I got confirmation 2, it swept the lows. I got confirmation 1, it respected this block, and it stayed above with these red candles. I got confirmation 2, it swept the lows, and it did not want to break, and it's still respecting this block. I go down in lower time frames to see, it's still respecting. I go down to a smaller time frame, and what else? It respected another block. That's 4 confirmations. and I look at a 5 minute, a 1 minute for more confirmation for a good entry. Right here, respect, stayed above. I'm going long. I'm going long. Why not? This thing is telling me long, 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 long. Go, you know? You're just getting more confirmation to say, I'm confident this market. You don't have to know where the market's going. You want to know that it swept the lows, it respects the block. You're getting more confirmation on each time frame saying, yeah, we're not breaking. You take your trade. And then you just risk manage from there. How much you willing to take, how much it costs you to take that trade is how much you're just going to get in return, right? And then since we in no man's land, this market is going to pump. We in no man's land. This market just going to pump, right? But look how we came back down. So we're going to see what happens right here. So next, I've been yapping a lot. My voice is kind of going out. Gold, I kind of figured that we was going to kind of like bounce around. So I kind of let that be. I'm using MES as confluence with NQ, but I see that it's not really performing well. So yeah, we having a break. We having a pullback. Okay, pull back. What else? What else? Let's see. What else? Let me look at a higher time frame. Let's see. And a lot of people is not going to explain this. You know, a lot of people are not going to explain what they see. Now, I'm not right. I'm not here to be correct in the market. I'm just here to say there's like 5 confirmations and 5 validations or 10 validations that this probability is correct. As long as I get a higher probability that this trade might play out, then I'll be fine. If I only got 1 confirmation just because the market is volatile, that's not confirmation, because the market can be slippage, it can be volatile and just bounce back up and down, and you can get scarred. But if you get confirmation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3,000, whatever, how many confirmations, it just better your chances that probability may work out. But if you only have 1 confirmation, it may not be a strong probability. It might be more 50-50 than you know. But if you have like way more confirmations, then there's more chances that that trade might play out. So yeah, it makes sense, you know. Yeah. And the more you learn, like you might say, what is opening range break? What is CRT? I'm using CRT. Like right here, I use CRT. I don't know if you trade ICT, but CRT. What happened? We swept these lows. I mean, this is, to me, we might come, oh, we coming back down. I might look for a short. Why? It's because remember when I said earlier, we had no wick on this candle. I might see a continuation short all the way back down to this candle to form a wick. There's no wick on this candle. So you might see a continuation all the way down, back down here. So there's so many different setups. I actually showed y'all 3 setups. I showed you AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, which is ICT setup. I showed you CRT, which is candle range theory, right here, CRT. CRT is when you sweep, when you look, see how we print it right here? And then we swept the highs, and then I put the 50%, right? We swept these highs, and we rejected again, and it couldn't print no more. And look, see, it just kept rejecting. We swept the next low. Which was the next low? This right here. This was the next low. I'm gonna put it as low so y'all can see. That was a low. We swept these highs. Those are that's a scalp trade right there. Hold on, let me I'm actually teaching. These are these highs. Look how we respected it. See, 15-minute, 1 hour. Even though you're like, what? Why would I buy more? Isn't it continuing? Yeah, but what if it sweeps on a 15-minute sweeps, 5-minute sweeps, but it just keeps rejecting at this halfway point of this wick, right? We're just rejecting. And then what else? I swept this low. I'm not the best every day. Sometimes I have gambling days. I mean, I ain't the best. I mean, I'm glad you're tuning in, but some days I might just fumble because I might have like, you know, I'm normal, I'm human. I might have anxiety. Some days I might find myself being like, I'm FOMO missing out. So, and I also spread the word too. So if you're a believer in Christ, I do spread the word. I always spread it in the morning times. I gotta spread the word, the gospel. I am a Christian, just let you know. So I do spread it. Yeah, we're gonna see if we're gonna have a continuation. Also, right here, what else do we have? So that was a quick trade. This little low right here, quick trade, sweep the highs, reject, sweep the lows, respect. Pretty simple. Just going for the next low. So that's out the equation. That was the second trade. I showed you AMD. AMD was this one. What was AMD? Accumulation, right? Accumulation. Manipulation, right? Manipulation. And then what else? Distribution, which is ICT's concept. And how did you form this? We swept the lows. That was one confirmation, right? We hit this 4-hour fair value gap. And on the 15-minute, we respected it perfectly. That was second confirmation. And all I had to do was look for an entry to take out these highs. That's it. That's one setup. That's literally one setup. AMD. Like, that happens almost every day, but you just gotta wait for that to set up. And then you might have sweep of the lows, sweep of the highs, and you just look for a quick trade, like right here. You're like, okay, we pump. Where do I go? Do I go short? Do I go long? What's next? We swept the highs. Okay, I see the 4-hour printed. See if we can get a pullback. Look at the 15-minute. We swept the highs. 5 minutes, swept the highs. 3 minutes, swept the highs. You know, it looks good. We're respecting. Look at this candle. Couldn't break this high. This candle couldn't break this high. I like that. 50% of this candle wick looks good. 2 minute looks good. 1 minute looks good. Just keep respecting. What's your target? The target is this low. This low hanging fruit on this candle on the 5 minute. Right? And that's the second setup. That's like a quick scalp if you wanted to scalp quick. Whatever you're willing to risk is how much you're willing to let your market take you for. So, and then I have opening range break. You start day trading by, look, so I do have, man, this is a lot of talking. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect y'all to ask a lot of questions. I'm trading with prop firms, so I'm using Top Step. So if you look in the description on the video, or hold on, I'll be right back. Hey, give me a second. I'll be right. All right, we back. I'm sorry, man. So what I was saying, okay, ooh, nice trade. Also, look right here. Respect on this halfway. Oh my goodness, this was perfect. I want to show y'all something. We have this 15-minute fair value gap, right? 15-minute fair value gap right here, right? And what else did we do? Man, that's just what, man, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You just can't even deny the setups. It's so beautiful. 15-minute fair value gap right here, right? 15-minute fair value gap. If you trade ICT, whatever, you know, pretty simple stuff. 15-minute fair value gap. And what else do we have right here? We have a opening range break. Remember when I say opening range break is the same on chart as we speak. So look, remember when I said opening range break is the first 15 minutes. If you know opening or Orban, right? If you know opening range break is the first 15 minutes of the market being open, which is what? 8:30. Let me get rid of all this other stuff because I already showed it, right? I showed y'all actually like 4 setups. So they're 8:30, right? I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. 8:30. Look at the lows. 8:30. It's right here. It's down here. 8:30. I mean, no, right here. 8:30, right? And it's the first 15 minutes all the way to 8:45, right? So that's the opening range break. That was actually, if I showed you 5 setups, because at the 5 minute, we bounced at the halfway point of the opening range break. That would have been a long. See that? Halfway. Red candle. Respected it. Also right here on the 3 minute. Look at this. Hit this block. Bounce. And then long. Perfect trade. Look at it right here on the 15 minute. Look how on the 15 minute that we hit this 15 minute fair value gap. Also, big red candle. Big red candle. Also, look at right here too. Look right here. 15-minute fair value. Dang, give me a sec. This candle is up. 15-minute fair value gap. Look at the high of this opening range break. See the high of it? Look how it respected this high. Y'all see that? Also, we took out this fair value gap. Big wick too. See that? Fair value you got swept. Look at that. It's perfect. Look how it's respecting the opening range break. Continuation long, maybe? See this. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, you gotta be careful right here. Swap the lows of this wick. I like that. Swap the lows. Tap that low right there. 15-minute fair value gap. Opening range break getting respected. See that? Opening range break getting respected. Look at gold. Gold is holding this previous day high in Q2. I mean MES. Look at MES. So you ask ZJ, what do I trade? I trade all of this. All of this you see on the screen, I trade gold, S&P, Nasdaq, silver, Russell, crude oil, platinum, natural gas, the Dow. You know, micro Bitcoin. Sometimes heating oil, lean hogs. I trade most of that. So majority is mainly NQ, crude oil, gold. I use MES as confluence more than I use it as like a. I don't trade MES. I don't like the volume, and I don't like how. I like the setups on MES, but you can get the same setups on NQ if you know how to say it correctly. I just use it as confluence with each other to kind of see where the market's going. Right. My man's crying. My man's crying. Yeah, it had to, look how perfectly. What happened? What you saw? Look at this. Man, it's perfect. Look how it swept that fair value gap and hit that block. It was gorgeous. This trade was perfect. Also, what did you learn? Remember this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's perfect, man. So perfect. We swept this and hit this block, right? What else did we do? We sweep these lows. Look how we swept the lows. That candle was crazy. It had to fill in that gap. It had to on the 5 minute. Not on the 5 minute. On the 3 minute. No, 3 minute or 2 minute. 2 minute. 2 minute. Look at that. Tap. Bounce. Look at that. Look how it's respecting this high. Look how it's respecting the fair value gap. 15-minute fair value gap. The opening range high. Look at that. Look how gorgeous this is, man. It's perfect. See that? You can't deny how perfect that trade is. Look at that. Look how it's respecting this yellow line, this pink line. Look on the 30-second. Look how it's sweeping the lows. See how it swept the lows and didn't break? Look at that. See that? Y'all see this? Look how I swept the lows but didn't break. Look on a 15-second. That's okay. Respected that. 30-second, respected. 1 minute, respected. 2 minute, respected. 3 minute. But guess what happened? Everybody wanted to get long, right? But this market wanted to hit this discount. This discount where it was at because it's not bouncing at a block. This was like 2 confirmations for the long, or 3 confirmations for the long. But this was the icing on the cake right here. This was the icing on the cake. This for that long. And how many ticks was this? If you look at it, this was how many ticks? That was 120 ticks, 130 ticks. That's beautiful, man. Sweep the lows, you sweep the lows, you hit the block, you hit a bounce, and you just get in long. But it has to respect. What is respect? Respect is when the candle doesn't break the wicks. You see, the candles are not breaking the wicks. You see how these candles are not breaking these wicks? They just keep respecting, and they also bouncing at these fair value gaps. That is literally showing you this market doesn't want to go down. This market wants to take out liquidity and just continue. So that's a good confirmation. This wick was literally just to fill this in. It probably took out so many stops, but I would want to get in right here. This was probably a fake out. Even though it was perfectly perfect, like it looks so good, this was a fake out. This right here, I mean, I'm gonna show you. This was the fake out. This was the trap. This was the trap. That was a sweep. That was a taken out. So yeah. Yeah, I know I probably clouded y'all here with a lot. But I trade top step, by the way, CJ. And Apex. It's linked in the chat. I mean, it's linked in the chat. The pin to the chat. You can use that code that guy, get 80% off. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. Highs. Market is starting to like consolidate. So you like, why did I? Oh, here's one thing. You're so good. Yeah. That's crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people can explain, but they just you see a lot of traders. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the best trader. I've had good days. I've had bad days. But a lot of traders don't explain because they have so much. They just look for like some people have a good setup that they sit with, and it just works for them. Some people use relative strength index like the RSI. Some people use EMAs, SMAs, and they all good. I'm a technical. I like fair value gaps. I like blocks. I like sweeps, and I'm good. I mean, I used to use footprints, but it was getting distracting. It was hard to look at ask and bid orders all day. Some people can be really good at trading. Some people can really be good at explaining trades, but don't have the most amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Some people can really be the best at trading, but only have one setup. So I wouldn't say I'm really good at it. I would say that I know what to look for, but sometimes I just don't execute. You can have the best, you can have the best strategy, but have the worst execution. I ain't gonna say I have the worst execution, but I can tell you my execution can get a little shaky sometimes. It really can. So yeah, market's holding up. Look, see how we holding up? Looks pretty good. Gold is looking pretty good. We in this range. You're like, okay, why are we going sideways? What's going on? We're like, what's happening? Why are we moving sideways? Even though the market can continue out, it can still have a continuation going long. But what's making it consolidate? We had this huge pump. You know what the market is good at, known for doing. When you have a nice move, like right, when you have a nice move like this, not my bad. Hold up. When you have a nice move like this, right? You have a nice move like that. What does the market does? It consolidates, and then what happens when it breaks out? It continues, right? It just continues. So when you see it, when you see that we had a huge green candle right here, what do you expect to happen right here? Maybe a little bit more consolidation before you see an actual move. So if you miss the big move, you might see a little bit more consolidation, like something like this, and then maybe a move, or something like this, and maybe the move. So you might be seeing a lot of basing out. Do you only trade my? Yeah, I got kids. I gotta tend to my kids and stuff. So yeah, it's only this session, and I like this session because I can catch my trade and get out. I mean, I would, if I could trade all day, I would, but it's no point of looking at the screens all day. You get exhausted. If you look at the screens all day, unless you're studying. If you're studying, then that's different. But if you look at the screens to actually take trades, you can get really exhausted. And then getting exhausted make you thinking too long, you think wrong, right? So if you think way too long, like okay, I think I'm seeing it, I think I'm not seeing it, then you start thinking wrong. You start questioning yourself. You start second guessing yourself, overthinking, missing the trades, mixing executions, having too many setups. It gets confusing, you know. That's why I try to keep it simple. Because if I keep it simple, life will be much easier. You're like, well, why you took that? Now you might say, why you took the scalp trade? I took the long trade because I had a setup right here that looked good. I took a scalp trade short because like I knew that man, we had this huge pump. We might have a nice little pullback to a nice little a nice low. And what was the low? I look at the 5 minute. I seen this low. That's the reason why I took this short. I seen this low right here. I seen that we start this high. We might start basing out, but I'm gonna take a little short to catch this low. Just something quick. Yeah. Or get paralysis. You might get paralysis, get anxiety, get depression, whatever it is. You're gonna do something's gonna come out of you, and it ain't gonna be good. All right. Yep, you can't. You explain each confluence and explain logic behind it. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't. I want to say that when it comes to confluence with other markets, I don't use it all the time. But if I see, oh snap, ES is doing what NQ doing, that's giving me just more validation to take that trade. Even when they don't take off, like NQ and ES might be taking off, and NQ might have to drop down a little bit and then take off. But as long as that I see the setups on both ends, if the setup looks good on both ends, I'm taking it. It's just more validation to say take it. There was a point in time where I was confused on how do everybody's finding a trade. You have to know what you're looking for. What setup are you taking, right? Once you know what setup you're taking, there's so many different types of setups. I'm not saying setup is an indication. To me, a setup is not indicators. It can be a part of a setup. An indicator can be part of a setup. Like if I was to use this could be a setup, right? This can be a setup. RSI can be a setup. Having this at the bottom can be a setup. But to me, that's not a setup. I think setups are when you're bouncing off blocks, bouncing off breakers, taking out highs, sweeping the lows, sweeping the highs, have fair value gaps. You know, to me, that's a setup play. And then you use indicators to give you more confirmation and say, yeah, this is looking good. This is looking promising. Day trading for dummies. It's like I said, I'm gonna do it again for anybody that's brand new in this market. Remember this. Y'all hear me out right now. I'm not a financial advisor. This is a live stream for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you know. This is my intro, by the way. I'm just letting y'all, just giving y'all the disclaimers. Okay? If I was to give you a trade for dummies, I'm gonna keep it really simple. This market's job is to go. The market you got market. You can. I'm gonna show you different markets. Like I said, I could trade any of these. It can be the Dow Jones. I don't care. It could be the Dow Jones. See, MYM. It can be Russell 2000. I don't care. Dow Jones. If I see a low get swept, right? If I see a low get swept like this, and I see it hit a block, I'm looking for the reversal. Like same thing when people when they buy stocks or buy crypto like XRP or something. If I see that it gets swept right here, so if I see a low, if it comes down low, I know right here, somewhere in here, I'm gonna buy this market. Right? It's pretty simple. I'm gonna buy it down here, and if I'm looking at it, and then you like, why would I buy right here? Because if I start seeing that this market is not trying to go down no more, let's say if I did miss this trade, let's say if I did miss this short, let's say the market was coming down and it bounced up, and I see a red candle with this red candle being this long, and I see a red candle and it's bouncing at these highs right here. Let's say the high is right here. Let's say it swept these lows. These are the lows. Let's say these are the lows right here. Right? These points. These are the lows. I'm gonna make them white. Let's say the market took out liquidity, right? Market takes out liquidity. These are liquidity points, right? And I'm looking for it taking out liquidity. It took out liquidity. That's great. Now I need to figure out when it's gonna reverse. One confirmation, it took out liquidity. Second confirmation, it bounced at a high. It had bounced. It needs a bounce point. It could be right. It could even be right here too. The bounce could be right here too. Let's call this the bounce. That's the bounce. This the bounce, right? And let's say these are liquidity. These little wicks down here. These are liquidity. Liquid. Right? Liquid. Once I know that this market swept this liquidity, it came down and swept this liquidity right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, swept all that liquidity. I'm looking for reversal. What's the reversal? I'm looking for a bounce somewhere to go into the long. If it doesn't bounce and it just keeps going, if it keeps going, then it's looking for the what? The next liquidity. Right? It's looking for the next liquidity. But the fact that it bounced right here, at the bounce, I'm looking for a buy. Where do I buy in at? I'm looking for a buy. And sometime this week, this day, or this month, I'm looking for it to take out these highs. The next liquidity, see? These highs. So all I'm doing is looking for, is it going to take out the highs or is it going to take out the lows? That's pretty much it. And I'm using more confirmation to tell me it's time to get in. That's it. So you use a higher time frame. Higher time frame is going to tell you where the market's going. Lower time frame is going to tell you where the market's. I'm going to type this in. Higher time frame shows the bias. Lower time frame shows the entry. Right? Or so forth. Let's see, 24. Higher time frame shows the bias, lower time frame shows the entry. You're like, well, how you know the bias? right? The bias. I look back. Let's say we was right here. Let's say today. Let's say we was here. Let's say we was here. Let me get rid of all these lines. Let's say the market came down, hit these bounces, right? Let me get rid of this. Hit these bounces. And we're today. This is today. Let's say this was today, right? This right here. This is today. I'm looking like, it came down, it bounced right here. It bounced at these highs. Hold on, my bad. It bounced at these highs, and I'm looking for a reversal. Okay, it came back up, came back down on each day. Okay, I'm gonna go down to a 4-hour. It looks good. Where do I get in at? Question is, where do I get in at? You see that it's not breaking, it's not breaking, it's not breaking. You're looking for the next block. The same way you saw the blocks up here, the same way you seen the highs and the blocks, the breakers, whatever you see right here, it's the same way you're gonna see on a lower time frame right here. I'm gonna show you. Hold on, where we at? The same way you're gonna see on a lower time frame. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing over and over. See? High, high, get in. It's literally the same thing. You take it out, and then what I showed you on a lower. This is a lower time frame. Well, this is 1 hour liquidity. See, sweep the liquidity, bounce at the high, go reverse, and it's looking for the what? The next high, and it's gonna sweep it. Don't get it twisted. It's gonna sweep it. See, it's gonna tap it right here. See, where are you gonna set up TP for the next high? Always TP is to me is always the next high. Now, if it doesn't take it out today, let's say this goes on for days. And you're trading prop firms, you know you're just looking for the next, you're looking for an intraday high. So like, what's an intraday high? You might look for the next small high. Not the big high for reversal, but you're gonna look for the small high. Come on. You might look for right here. Let me get rid of this. So let's say this was the bounce. Let's say we took out liquidity, we swept liquidity, we had the bounce at these highs, swept the liquidity, had the bounce at these highs. I'm looking for the next high. This one right here. These might be these right here, right? Something like this. Something like this. Not necessarily this one, because what happens? This going on for days. Look how many days is going on. See? Before you actually tap it out. So you just go for the intraday one to kind of get you a quick little move, get in, get out, and call it a day. But for the most part, you're looking to buy low, sell high. I mean, that's as simple as it's going to get. But if you want to learn technicals, then that's a different story. Technicals is a different story. You gotta learn that watching videos, and I don't know if I want to come out with a video with that just yet. What's up, Kelly? All right, so we still consolidating. Like I said, look, we had this nice move. We're probably gonna base out like this. Same thing like this. We're gonna do something like this probably. Base out and do that. Base out and then do that. Something like that. Once you recognize that, you know what to expect for. I don't know. It could continue long. I don't know. Remember one thing? News. There's really no news. What's second? We in no man's land. What does that mean? We have nothing back here to tell me where we're gonna go. So let's say I got rid of this, right? I'm thinking consolidation possibly, for the simple fact that we have no volume. It's Monday. It's the brand new week. Not saying Mondays is like that, but Monday with no news is like, okay, you see one trade, that might be the trade for the rest of the day. Second and thirdly, what else? We don't got nothing back here. There's nothing else back here. You're just pretty much guessing off of what you got right here. Right? I don't see nothing else. What else did the market did? What else did the market did? Another thing that the market did. Remember when I said we swept them lows? We swept this low right here. So let's say the market did pump. Oh, I missed my long. I missed the biggest long this morning. Oh man, the market. I can also show y'all executions. Let me show y'all executions. Look at the executions. So y'all can see when I get in and when I got out. Right? So executions. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Right here. I got in right here. Remember this? Earlier in the day? I got in right here. The trace setup. What happened right here? It bounced. Look at this. A bounce point right here. Right? Nice little bounce point. Swept the lows. Look at a 3 minute or 2 minute, whatever you want to look at. Swept the lows, which is this. This is low. Swept the low. Lows. Little white, little lows, right? And then what else? We bounce right here at this block. Come right here. Market finally opens up. And what happens? It respects this high. Got a 2 minute, 3 minute, whatever you want to look at, 1 minute, 30 second. It respects. It's respecting. It wick. Oh shoot. It wicked down. It wicked down into this imbalance. Held this on high and just kept taking off. I got in right here. My execution is right here. See? Execution 1 micro. Pretty simple. All right, go back up to the highs. Took the high all the way up to the high, and what happened? I got out right here. Why did I get out right here? Because the higher time frame printed, the 4-hour printed. So, okay, I got out right here. Higher time frame, 4-hour just printed on this candle, going down to a 15-minute. What else happened? Let's look for a quick scout. It took out this high and swept. I'll go down to a lower time frame and see where I can get in. All right, 5-minute. 50% of this candle right here. If the continuation don't break, it's going for the next low. Right? Let me see. Hold up. 15-minute. So I'm looking for the next liquidity. Once it sweeps the lows, I'm looking for the next one. It sweeps the highs, I'm looking for the next one. Sweep the lows, I'm looking for the next one. Sweep the highs, I'm just looking for the next liquidity. Where does the market want to sweep liquidity at? That's it. So right here, go down to 1 minute. What happened? It tried to sweep. It swept once. It swept twice. It swept 3 times, but it wasn't breaking. So I'm like, okay, this market wants to go for the next low. What's the next low? I'm gonna look at a 5-minute because I like 5 minutes more cleaner. The next low was right here. What happened? Swept the lows. Bop. Now what else? What else do we have? What else do we have? Another reversal. We have a bounce right here at this high. We swept the lows. Bounce at this fair value gap. And what do? You take out the next highs. What's the high? Right here. It's just gonna play up and down. You're just taking, once it sweep one high, respects, takes out another low, respects, take out another high, respects, take out another low. It's just pretty simple, right? But if you're looking for big plays like this, you're mainly looking at a higher time frame. If you're looking for big plays like this, you're looking at a higher time frame. See, sweep the lows, respects, sweep the highs. I got in what I got in right here. See, perfectly. You see it right here. The entry is right here. Because I seen that it swept the lows. 91. It swept these highs, but I wanted to see a continuation, but it's a setup. But yeah, that's enough, man. I'm gonna lose my voice. Keep talking. But we in consolidation, so if you missed a trade, you missed it. You know, it is what it is. That's why they got Monday through Friday to find it. All right, let's see if I was to get rid of all this stuff. This is a lot of trades. Gold is looking good. Let me get rid of this. ES still pumping. I don't know why, but I think this market wants to continue. I think this market wants to come right back down. Don't know why. It doesn't look like it bounced off anything promising. And by the way, I'm not gonna be on too long. I like to stay on like at least 2 hours. Not too long because I got kids to take care of. I like to stay on like at least about 2 hours and I get off. Right. Yeah. And oh, another thing too. One more thing. One more thing. If y'all do leave, what shows consolidation? I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of executions. I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. So I know y'all probably ain't gonna be able to stick up with this. And if you have to rewatch this video to see the trades, just rewatch it, and you will see the trades. I mean the live. So you can see the trades. If you look at this higher time frame, 15-minute, right? Look at this 15-minute. I'm gonna get rid of all this. You don't even have to look at this. Get rid of all this. Look at this. What do you see? After we had this nice push, right? Nice green candle, nice push. What do you see? Consolidation. What is sticking out to you that says consolidation? Look at these wicks compared to the candle size. See the candle, see the wicks? The wicks are just as long, the wicks are longer than the candle. Look at these candles. See the candles? Oh, hold up. Let me see. See the candles? The candles are not big at all. The wicks are almost bigger than the candles. So that to me shows like consolidation. So when you look at like a 15-minute and you see wicks longer than a candle, you might want to stay out of this market. Even on a third, like, see, you might want to stay out of this market. It's getting wicky. The volume's low. The market doesn't know where. The market doesn't have enough information to continue out. Right? It's Monday with no news. It's range. So you see a lot of range. We're just bouncing. We're just ping ponging up and down. So you're not really seeing any break of structure. It's just, you know, whatever. Indecisive. It's very indecisive. Now, don't get me wrong. It might get pumped, but at the same time, it just I want to get in when I see stuff like this. I want to see it like this. That right here is good. This right here is good. Like, that looks good. I mean, those wicks look crazy, but once you see a basing out, expect a breakout. Once you see basing like this, if you see like a basing out, expect a breakout, right? Expect a breakout. But it looks like right now we're basing out, and then we might have like, I don't know, some type of breakdown or breakout. I don't know. We're gonna see. You can tell by the volume. We're not pushing higher fast. We're not pushing lower fast. We're just catching quick setups, and that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna get off in a few. I got like 30 more minutes, and I'm gonna get off. I know it was only $100. I didn't really get it. I missed I accidentally messed up and put the opening range setup wrong, and missed my entry to go long. Look how look how beautiful. Halfway up top, just gorgeous. Respect. Gold is still pushing long, and MES still looks long. We're gonna see though. But yeah. Still hanging tight. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I might hop off. I'm gonna just hop off. I mean, I could sit here all day and this market is going to chop around. But other than that, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and spread this word one more time before I get off. Spread this word. We have Romans chapter 12, verse 6. More importantly than anything, in His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, to prophesize, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. These are gifts that God given you. So doing well and doing righteous for the glory of God and for His kingdom. All right, amen. Also, we have Matthew chapter 24, verse 35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but God's words will never pass away. Heaven and earth, these tangible and material things will pass away, but God's words, which is everlasting and forevermore, will never pass away. They've been here since the beginning of time. They've been here since the past, the present, and forevermore. I pray that y'all have a good day. Y'all have a blessed day, and God bless y'all. And that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. And also make sure. Oh, one more thing. First Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm gonna show you that. First Thessalonians chapter 5. Where's it at? One of my favorite verses. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 16. Always be joyful. Always be thankful. Always be joyful. And never stop praying. Continue to pray to God. Continue to pray to the Lord every day, each and every day, all day. Give him your faith. Give him your love. Give him your worries. Give him your cares. Make sure that you're constantly communicating with God, and He will communicate back to you. You invite Him in, and He will be a part of you. Right? God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.